What is up, people of YouTube? I am Matthew, and you are watching the official Weather World channel. In today's video, we are covering a potential historic yet rare event for April. It's happened before, but it's very rare. That is Winter Storm Wesley. Yes, a winter storm in April. I said last month that there was going to be no winter storms. Enough of this blobber talk. Let's get into this video. So guys, I'm going to try and go through this analysis and forecast as fast as possible. So if you're confused at any part, make sure to just either slow down the video or pause it. Take some notes if you really need to, because I'm going to be going at lightning speed. So, going through the forecast as fast as I can while still being understandable. You can see Tuesday as of right now, not too much development. Going into Wednesday, especially mid to later parts of Wednesday, can see the warm front and the occluded front tend to form at the exact same time in states such as Wyoming, South Dakota, Nebraska, southern Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin. You can see that warm front band really starts to develop into the later parts of Wednesday. I'll put the time translations as to what's happening where and when it's happening on the screen as I'm going. That was going to be a crap ton of editing. And then, as you can see, going into later parts of Wednesday and early Thursday morning, you can see a thick band or what looks like a very well-defined occluded front on the backside of Winter Storm Wesley. You can see the warm front's already developing. The occluded front is really going to be wrapping around this very tightly as that frozen precipitation wintry mix really starts to intensify in strength. This is what we could generally call a bomb cyclone. If you don't know what that is, look it up. So as you can see, in South Dakota, and Nebraska, and Wyoming, you can see a lot of that wintry mix slash just snow really starts to develop. These are where the first snow totals are really going to be coming from. The major snow totals, I should say. As we go through the later parts of Wednesday, it continues to move to the northeast at a relatively decent rate of speed. You can see wintry mix starts to enter states such as Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota. And as we go into Thursday, there's going to be a cold front that's going to start to develop with this system. Now, in terms of like severe weather and stuff to the south, you won't have to worry too much on Thursday. You might have to worry a little bit, but not too much. And it's in terms or in comparison to Friday, because Friday is going to be what I think is going to be a small severe weather outbreak. Not a tornado outbreak, however, that could happen. I'm not ruling that out. I'm not saying it's positive either. So as you can see, going through, early to, I guess, mid portions of Thursday, can see that cold front starts to develop, and a lot of that snow starts to accelerate to the northeast at a relatively fast rate of speed. Nebraska, South Dakota, Minnesota, North Dakota, and Wisconsin are really feeling the effects at this point. And as we go through the later parts of Thursday and Thursday night, you can see the center of low pressure starts to enter Iowa and Wisconsin. It really starts to feel intense effects as well, while snow continues to wrap around that backside with very strong winds and upwards of 40-50 miles an hour in some spots, which is going to be creating a lot of snow drifts, a lot of problems for commuters. So make sure to stay inside if you can when the system is going through. I don't suggest you go on highways. I don't suggest you travel. I don't suggest you get on a goddamn plane, because those are probably going to be delayed. So anyways, going into Friday, you can see that squalling like I was talking about is going to be forming in Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, maybe even Missouri, Kentucky, right between that border, Tennessee, and Mississippi. Right along the Mississippi Valley, basically, is where a lot of this deep, rich convection for hail and tornadoes is really going to be forming, especially to the south. Now, to the north, you can see a lot of that snow still is wrapping around the backside, especially in states such as Minnesota, Wisconsin, and South Dakota. Like I said, South Dakota and Minnesota are going to feel the primary effects of this system. So, and as we go into Saturday and Sunday, there might be a slight risk of severe weather on the East Coast, maybe including tornadoes as well. But, like I said, I wouldn't rule it out, but I'm not saying it's certain either. So, looking at snow totals, I don't have much more to do. I hope I'm going quick. So, as you can see, I did find something. I'll try to somehow illustrate this because this is a copyrighted image, and I'm not going to steal it because that's wrong. So like I said, in South Dakota and Minnesota, that is where you're going to feel your primary effects from Winter Storm Wesley. This is where you could expect snow totals upwards of 2.5 to 3 feet of snow. School systems are probably already closing at this point, and if they aren't,
then that's just terrifying,
because no one should be driving on in those kinds of conditions. I'm just saying. So and then especially into eastern Minnesota, basically the entire Great Plains except for like maybe northern Minnesota and North Dakota and Kansas and maybe Iowa as well will be, I guess, somewhat excluded from this. There will be little bits and portions, but I'm not going to explain that in depth. As the system moves to the northeast, you can see Wisconsin, Minnesota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Colorado, and Wyoming are going to be the primary targets for Winter Storm Wesley. This is where you're going to expect upwards of, most areas will experience up to 6 inches of snow, especially in the more central parts of this zone. You'll experience upwards of over a foot of snow in some spots, especially highlighted in red as I have been saying. So that is basically that, and if you want to be more in depth with it, make sure to stay up to date with your local weather agency. That's what I highly suggest you do. Get a weather radio, get a phone, get an app of some kind for your local area, and make sure to follow, you know, your local weather station or any sort of thing like that on social media everywhere so that you can constantly get updates as to what's going on with this winter weather so that you aren't put at risk or put in danger because of the system. So, okay.
I'm surprised they didn't go hoarse saying all that.
So anyways, I might make a part 2 of this. Unfortunately, guys, I cannot live stream on this channel anymore. I have 165 subscribers as of right now, and YouTube is just being YouTube and isn't allowing younger creators such as me with smaller channels to really do what they want, so I can't live stream anymore. But you can follow me on Twitter. Follow me at WeatherWoods777 to get the latest weather updates. But like I said, if you want updates for your local area, you can either request it by me, or you can go to your local National Weather Service station, or just any sort of weather station that you may have, and follow it there. That's where I suggest you go. And like I said, last thing, just make sure to stay safe, stay informed, and yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do not forget to give it a like as you go out, and do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is obviously Weather World, as you can see by the title. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.